20 Fun Questions, Part 6. My family. Can you guess them all? Who is your father's wife? Your aunt, your cousin, or your mother? And the answer is your mother. Who is your mother's son? Is it your cousin, your uncle, or your brother? And the answer is your brother. Who is your mother's father? Is it your uncle, your brother, or your grandfather? And the answer is your grandfather. Who is your father's brother? Your cousin, your uncle, or your nephew? And the answer is your uncle. Who is your mother's daughter? Your sister, your niece, or your grandmother? And the answer is sister. Who is your father's son? Your brother, your uncle, or your cousin? And the answer is your brother. Who are your aunt's children? Your nieces, your cousins, or your siblings? And the answer is your cousins. Who is your father's mother? Your aunt, your niece, or your grandmother? And the answer is your grandmother. Who takes care of you at home? Your teacher, your doctor, or your family? And the answer is family. Who is your mother's sister? Your aunt, your niece, or your grandmother? And the answer is your aunt. Who is your father's brother? Your uncle, your nephew, or your cousin? And the answer is your uncle. Who is your mother's niece? Your aunt, your sister, or your cousin? And the answer is cousin. Who is your father's sibling? Is it your uncle, your grandfather, or your brother? And the answer is your uncle. Who is your mother's nephew? Is it your uncle, your brother, or your cousin? And the answer is your cousin. Who is your father's sister? Your cousin, your niece, or your aunt? And the answer is your aunt. Who are your grandmother's children? Your cousins, your parents, or your brothers? And the answer is your parents. Who are your parents' parents? Your aunts, your grandparents, or your uncles? And the answer is grandparents. Who are your parents' children? Your siblings, your cousins, or your nephews? And the answer is your siblings. Who are your cousin's parents? Your parents, your aunts and uncles, or your siblings? And the answer is your aunts and uncles. is a part of your family? Your teacher, your doctor, or your cousin? And the answer is your cousin. I hope you enjoyed this quiz. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please be back for another exciting adventure. Bye.